I recently had the opportunity to meet some of the creative geniuses behind Fire Department Coffee.
Ever wonder how coffee goes from these freshly harvested green beans to the morning cup of coffee that keeps you going every day? Well, first we gradually heat the beans to release all the delicious flavors stored inside. Then we cool them down with a top-of-the-line passive air cooling system. Then we grind those beans down to the perfect coarseness for your brewing pleasure.
Meeting career firefighter, paramedic, and director of brand relations Randy James as he shared some of the secrets to growing their massively successful brand and how you can do the same for your business. All this and more in today's video. As you know, I recently completed a nationwide helicopter trip where I flew around the country meeting unique small businesses across this great country. One of our stops on this trip was Rockford, Illinois. That's just outside of Chicago, where we met with Randy of Fire Department Coffee. Running a small business is never easy. To succeed, you must be agile and ready to pivot at a moment's notice. Something that worked for you in the past may suddenly stop working. As an entrepreneur, you can either stick your head in the sand and just die, or you can adapt to the changing landscape and thrive. This is the very challenge that Luke, the founder of Fire Department Coffee, faced during the 2020 pandemic that was crushing small businesses across this country. Previous sales models were just becoming more challenging and far less successful. And now, for the very first time, he faced the very real possibility of losing everything that he and his entire team worked so hard to build. Now, did he lay down and give up? Heck no. He did what you would expect from a military veteran and seasoned firefighter. He fought to the bitter end. And boy, did he and his team fight. Now, over 2 years later, Fire Department Coffee is stronger than before, and they are quickly on the road to becoming a household name. But how? Let's dig into some of the secrets. But first, how about a little backstory?
I started drinking a lot of coffee while I was in the Navy, working long shifts and long hours. And then when I got out of the Navy and became a civilian firefighter, I drank even more coffee because we're working 24 hours straight. In the Navy, it was horrible. It's like brown, caffeinated water. It doesn't taste good. When I met my wife, she was a barista at a cafe. And so I really started to fall in love with the craft of coffee. The original plan was just to start selling it at farmers markets. And then in 2016, I had this idea to launch Fire Department Coffee.
Going from serving gourmet coffee to attendees at various fire and EMS conventions, Luke, with the help of his barista fiance, started roasting and grinding beans to sell directly to customers so that everyone could enjoy Fire Department coffee at home. The business was doing well, and their profits started to roll in. But he never lost sight of his commitment to helping others. Having spent most of his adult life as a firefighter paramedic, Luke knows firsthand how emotionally and physically taxing a career as a first responder can be. And for this reason, he started his nonprofit, Fire Department Coffee Foundation.
So Fire Department Coffee donates 10% of the net proceeds to sick and injured firefighters and first responders.
Recently, his foundation donated to Project Joint Guardian to help support the mission of helping Ukrainian first responders.
The side hustle really took off so much to where my wife and kids would definitely have suffered from that, being fully committed to firefighting and fully committed to Fire Department Coffee. But it got to a crossroad where I needed to step full-time into the business.
Everything was going great, and then the pandemic hit. In-person conventions were canceled, and while this wasn't their largest source of new customers, these leads did quickly dry up. Something needed to be done quick. Even though their coffee is excellent, and I count myself as one of the group of fanatic customers that love their beans, they're in a very crowded market, selling a commodity. One might say an essential commodity, but in the end, it's simply coffee beans. The product that countless other equally talented coffee roasters around the country sell with similar quality. Now, what sets Fire Department Coffee above the others in the market is how they use their strengths to distinguish themselves in the industry. Simply put, their secrets are based on Luke's dedication to quality. Some might say his obsession with delivering exceptional coffee to amaze his customers. This, along with a team of massively created and dedicated people that are all obviously fanatical about their coffee.
We've grown significantly over the last 5-6 years to the point where we've been able to move into this big warehouse style building. It was really important to get this building for that growth, just due to the options it gave us to
store all this additional
much green coffee, move our shipping and receiving and grow in that area, take in supplies that we need to ship every day. We're 95% e-commerce business with a rapidly growing footprint into retail. But most of our customers will find us online at firedeptcoffee.com. They'll place an online order and then we'll have it shipped out within 48 hours. So you'll see all our coffees online, our spirit infused line of coffee.
Yeah, I was looking, this one here was an Irish whiskey.
Yeah, Irish whiskey infused coffee. It's one of our most popular. All of our coffees are offered in whole bean and ground. We roast every coffee bean that we have. Every ground or every bean
is all done by you guys and your staff.
No co-roasters at this point. So we're able to really keep the control, the quality, the consistency in check because we're doing all.
And like we were talking about before, the consistency is really important, because if I purchase this bag today and then I'm like, oh, I really love this, I want more. You buy it a month from now, you want the same thing. You don't want something different and be surprised.
You then add on top of that the most innovative marketing in the industry, and when you put this all together combined, they are an unstoppable powerhouse, crushing their competition. The thing that really struck me the most on my tour was how the employees took personal pride in their work, and they expected perfection out of themselves. To them, this wasn't a 9-to-5 job where they just punch in and do the minimum work and then go home. If something was wrong, the entire team worked together to remedy the problem.
Times that there's $250,000 worth of green coffee in here. We could go through half of this in a month, probably six or 7 weeks. We could go through this much coffee. Depends on what's hot at that time. You know, which of our coffees is really moving throughout the year. It gives us the ability to watch the markets, get that coffee when it's at a better price, just like any commodity. That price fluctuates daily.
Under the expert direction of retired firefighter and fire department coffee's chief roaster, Dave McWilliams, I took the turn of preparing a few bags of freshly ground coffee to be packed.
All right, so hold it over there. One more time. Okay. One more time. Yes, it is. You're fired. I'm fired. My very first day, I'm already fired. All right, let's try this one more time. All right.
The writer needs to one more time and see this a little lip there. Oh,
Let's see it, Steve. So I've been unfired.
You're on probation.
My horrible skills basically slowed them down and probably messed them up on their production goals for the day. Don't worry, none of my messed up bags actually made it out to customers. Well, I probably would not make the cut to join Luke's team. All the others I met were spectacular. An entrepreneur's arrogance and ego often get in the way of making strategic decisions. This was not the case here, and partially this is Luke's brilliance, was acknowledging that he was not the right person to be the sole public face of Fire Department Coffee's marketing videos. First, Luke reached out to fellow firefighter and comedic geniuses Jason Padgett and Brent Fenton to join the team, offering them a piece of the company in exchange for their established audience and also continued public appearances, collectively bringing their millions of fans across multiple social networking platforms. Jason and Fenton both show their comedic look of life of the first responder, while strategically including Fire Department Coffee products in many of their videos.
Now remember, for a wonderful, robust cup of Fire Department coffee, all you need is 1 level tablespoon of grounds for every 6 ounces of water. That should be thick enough to help me smell colors.
Together, they produce these entertaining videos that customers love to watch, and they happily share with their friends. Most importantly, each video reinforces the brand in a way that doesn't come across as advertising. It cannot be overstated how pivotal of a decision it was to build a team to support Luke, allowing him to focus on expanding the business. The single greatest measuring strength of an entrepreneur is by looking at their team around them. I don't care who you are, nobody is a master of everything. And a great leader recognizes their weaknesses and they remedy those with a strong team around them. How can you use some of these concepts to help your business crush your competition? Share some of the ideas that you have down in the comments below, or jump over to Discord and we can chat about it there.